Lawless Buhari regime bows to pressure, reactivates Sowore'S national ID card, permanent voter card, international passport. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. In case you have not been following on this Sowore'S issue, in fact, I don't know when the federal government will just leave this particular man be, allow him to have the freedom that other Nigerians are actually having. It is either they're attacking him when he goes to, especially I think he has been in the news for several attacks like back to back. Was it not last year or last 2 years ago he was shot? I think so. Was it last 2 years? I'm not sure. But I know in this particular regime he has been shot, and recently he was actually attacked. Then recently, the most recent one being just this January, he always goes for this trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, and they have been targeting him. Like there was one, they almost beat him, as in they almost killed him, if not for, according to the news, the IPOP supporters there, they would have killed him. And all this were happening in front of our so-called security operatives. That I'm asking myself, then what exactly are we fighting for in this country? Since our security operatives can actually stand and watch someone be killed, and tomorrow they will say one super story. So long story short, I think was it early this January or last December, where they said they have actually deactivated all Sowore'S, as in that he has no means of identification. That means if he runs into problem now, there is no way he can even bail himself out because his national ID card is not working, his voter's ID card, in fact, anything called ID on him, they deactivated it. And I'm saying, So these people have this kind of time to do this. Meanwhile, the time needed to tackle issues in the country, they don't have it. And so this is actually good news for Sowore, but the news is not complete. We all know that, for those who do not know, Sowore is actually confined to Abuja and Abuja alone. Sowore cannot travel outside Abuja, as in, even if no matter come what may, he cannot travel, as in the federal government, they have this thing on him that he can't travel. Now, the kind of country where would do? The country and they shout democracy, democracy. And most of the people in power will just look away. They'll look away from it. Consign me. Be they from small, they know how they use treat us when that time come. Yes, now. The fact that this person, you're not saying, he's just one person. So you want it to happen to people because that's what they will say. Our politicians now, whenever you tell them, they'll say, they didn't hear or they didn't know. So if you say you don't know, you did not hear, that means how will you be hearing Nigeria's complaints? Nigerians, make we no use our hands, pull pepper inside our eyes. This coming election, now be the only chance we'll get to bail ourselves out. If you're somebody that is gullible, sincerely, you are still gullible at this time of the day. You are still begging for crumbs. When others, if you think say you they live life for Nigeria here with the level where you they abeg, try make you just see China. See China, those people, the English, they're not too sabi, religion, they do, but the economy is actually thriving. Why? They want to make it work. From the citizens down to those in power. Those in power, okay, they might not be, but citizens are doing everything they can to ensure that they are better. Let's find out more about this news in detail. Please stay with us. The Nigerian government has reactivated the biometric identification of human rights activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore. Sahara reporters had reported that the Muhammadu Buhari's regime earlier in the month deactivated the activist national identity card, permanent voter's card, international passport, and driver's license. Sowore, however, in a pre-litigation notice written to the Attorney General of Nigeria, Abubakar Malami, and other agents by his lawyer, Tope Tomokun, gave the Nigerian government 7 days to reverse his decision. Take notice that if the expiry is if after the expiration of 7 days, inclusive of the date of service of this letter to you, our client's national identity number is not reactivated, we have the full instruction of our client to approach the appropriate court with jurisdiction to seek his redress, and this shall be without further recourse to you. Take further notice that this letter is also issued to you as a pre-action notice. Part of the pre-action notice reads: taken to his Facebook page on Monday, Sowore'S said the government had reactivated the national identity number. Breaking. Happy to report that after a 7-day ultimatum given to the lawless Muhammad Buhari's regime, I've been informed that my national identity cards have been reactivated. The struggle against tyranny continues. Revolution now, we cannot continue like this. Sowore'S gives FG 7-day ultimatum to reactivate NIN January 14th, 2022, he posted. His counsel, Barrister Temokun, condemned the action of the government. The lawyer said the activist was a citizen by birth and should not be deprived of his citizenship by the Buhari-led government. He said, while we have already translated our court processes to the Federal High Court, Abuja, for filing this morning to challenge the constitutionality of the deactivation of the National Identity Number NIN on the Permanent Voters Card PVC of Omoyele Sowore'S by the agencies of the federal government. The good news came that the spineless but recklessly ruthless regime has reactivated the NIN and the PVC. The government is now try-your-luck government, which tries to unleash one form of oppression or the other. But once they see people uprising or challenge coming, they cowardly back down. The same way the government announced there will be increase in fuel price a few days ago, but the moment the people under the organized labor signify a serious plan to occupy the street, the government recoiled. The only lesson then from this is that for people never to be tired of fighting back at policies of government that aims at snuffing life out of them. In our Int'L letter submitted on the 14th of January 2022 to the National Identity Management Commission, the Independent National Electoral Commission and the Attorney General of the Federation, we have given government 7 days ultimatum to reactivate Omoyele Sowore'S proof of national identity or face court action. The 7-day ultimatum lapsed on the 21st of January 2022, and we have